Hey again guys, back in front of the camera again for another lockdown lesson. So I thought I'd shoot another few of these because I've just been really enjoying filming them really, and I've been getting loads of great comments from you, so thank you all so much. I thought for today we'd do a little bit of tapping, not your usual sort of Van Halen style, something a little bit different. The little riff at the start might have given a clue away for any Mr. Big fans out there. So without further ado, here's the lick we're learning today. So as you can see, it's pretty complicated. I'm going to break it down to 3 different parts. So here we go. We'll go to a close-up camera as always. So yeah, here we go. So it starts off on the open E string. We're going to have an upstroke with a hammer on the 2nd fret and a hammer on pull-off. So that'll be... And after that, we're going to have a downstroke on the open B string. And I like to palm mute that slightly. Reason being, if you're not too careful, the 2 notes can ring together and it can sound a little bit sloppy, so just like to have a little bit of palm muting on that one. So open, hammer on, pull off on 2 on the high E, then an open sort of slightly muted B string there. So again, picking wise, that's an upstroke, hammer on, pull off, downstroke on the B string. So after that, we're going to add, what's this? A 7-5-0 pull off on the high E again. So that would be. So again, open, hammer onto 7, pull off to 5 on the high E. And again, that's another upstroke. So far. Try that again. From there, we're going to jump down to the 2nd fret on the G, hammer 2 to 4. So far. So we've basically got 3 little chunks there. The first hammer on pull off sequence at 0 and 2. 7-5-0 pull off. Then 2 to 4 hammer on the G. All together. And then we get into the tapping sequence. So this is going to be open, 5-7 on the high E string, and tapping at the 12th fret there. So again, and it's a little bit tricky because we're going between sort of picking the notes here and then having to sort of hide the pick in the first finger. I just took it in the first finger like that and tap with the 2nd finger there. So, and after that tap, we're going to pull the note off and go back down 7-5. Like that. So it's well worth just sort of trying that out, testing it out, just to get that kind of motion between holding the pick in your fingers and then sort of, you know, tucking it away in that first finger there and jumping across for the 2nd finger tap there. So if I add that on, we so far have. So I'll class that as the first chunk really, so that's something which you can just practice and try and repeat that, and you'll have something along the lines of this. It's a nice lick in itself really, really good to, you know, just get your fingers moving, and it's going to really help your accuracy. Like I said, if you're playing with any amount of gain, you've got to be careful that these open strings here aren't going to sort of blare out too much. But yeah, I'll do that once more. So that's the open, hammer on and pull off at 2, down to the open B string, open 7-5, 2 hammer on to 4, and that's on the G there. So then the first tap sequence, 0-5-7, tap at 12, and back down. So again. So now we get into the 2nd sequence. So we're tapping at 17, pull off to 10, hammer on at 12. So that's the first half. We'll then tap at 17 again and drag the hand down to 5-7 for a hammer on this time. So that'll be slowly 17, pull off to 10, 12, hammer on. Then almost the same sequence again with a different hammer on at 5 and 7. So tap 17, pull off to 5, hammer on to 7. So the 2 together. And again, tap at 17 to pull up to, tap at 17, pull off to 10, hammer to 12, tap at 17, pull off to 5, hammer on to 7. So that in itself is a great little lick you can just sort of repeat again. You know, it's really good for your precision of sort of jumping positions between these two here. So together. So really, when you're tapping that 17, it sort of gives you the cover to move down to 5 and 7 there, because it's sort of a block in the note. So you want a nice clean take, so you don't want to hear any sliding down between the two there. So nice and smooth transitions, nice smooth transitions there. So that's the first two chunks. I'm going to put them back together. So we've got the first half. So you notice on the first tapping in the first chunk, which was your tapping finger is just going to move from 12 straight up to the 17 into that hammer on there. So like so. So hopefully that's making sense. Again, please rewind the video if you need to. There's quite a lot going on here, you know. Takes a few goes to get it sort of stuck in your head. So after that, we've just done. We're now going to go into the last and final section. So it will sound like this, slow. That's essentially an arpeggio, really, just up and down the neck. So it starts off at 16, tapping at 16 again to 4. So that's just that's an octave jump, really. Start that again. So tapping at 16, pull off to 4. So that's an octave jump there. So tap 16, 4, and then a pull off to the open E string there. So 16, 4, open. After that, we're just going to climb back up the arpeggio, really. So that'll be 4, hammer on to 7, tap at 12. Again, slowly. Like so. So 16. Down to 4, open, 4, 7, tap at 12. Now this is the part that I really love, but it's a right pain to do. So once you get to that tap at 12 there, we're going to slide it up to 16 and back. Now that's really difficult to do slow, to be honest. It's like cheese wire on your fingers, but you just got to keep the pressure on with the finger there and just drag it all the way up to 16 and back down. So like so. So in the sequence. After that, we're just going to go down the scale again. So pull off to 7, off to 4, off to open. So 7, 4, open. So, and that completes the lick. So that last chunk again. 16 down to 4, the octave jump to open. Then we're going to ascend the scale again. So 4, 7, tap at 12. That 12 slides to 16 and back. Via a tapped finger there, which is a little bit painful. After that, back down the scale, 7, 4, open. So again, in sequence. And a little bit quicker. So add that on and you've got your full lick there. So it's quite a difficult one, to be honest. It's one that just to sort of stick with, really sort of persevere with it. It's great fun, just is going to kind of be a bit of hard work on those fingers. So I'll do it in little chunks again. So the first part being second chunk up to 17 with the hammer-ons at 10, 12, 5, 7. And again once more. And then the last part, the sort of arpeggio, starting from 16 with the octave jump down to 4. Do that again because it was a bit messy. There you go. So put it all together slowly. We've got section 2 up to 17 with the taps. Section 3, tapping at 16 down to 4, the octave jump. So again, without me talking over it. There you go. So it is a beast. It's very difficult, but you know, stick at it because it's really good fun. Like I said, I just want to show you something a little bit different. It's quite technical, so just take it nice and slow. Splitting it up into the 3 chunks makes it much more manageable. Trickiest part for me, if I'm being honest, is that tapping sort of slide thing. I've not done much of that before. It sounds super cool, but it's not easy to do. So just stick at it. Be careful with your fingers. You know, you don't want to slice them up too much. But yeah, so hopefully you have fun with that one. Doesn't frustrate you too much. It's a great lick. If you're not familiar with the band Mr. Big, I highly would recommend you check them out. You know, obviously Paul Gilbert on guitar, phenomenal band. So yeah, hopefully you found that useful. Check in with me soon because I'll be doing a lot more of these lockdown lessons. And I've got some cool gear reviews coming out soon as well. So keep an eye out. If you found this video helpful, give me a thumbs up and leave me a nice comment. So thanks again, guys. I'll catch you soon for the next video. Cheers.